Roll me up something real quick. This shit dead. What's up with it, YouTube? Thought I'd just pop on for a quick ass minute. I ain't gonna be live that long. I haven't been live on this mug in a minute. Hey Nicole, what's up? Nicole said good morning. I never went to sleep. I'm just up. You know what I mean? I be thinking, meditating. I'm about to roll up real fast. Something I haven't done in a minute. But yeah, I'm up late. How you doing though, Nicole? How you doing today? How you doing? Man, salute to the Knicks, y'all. I've been glued to this game. I was glued to the finals these last few weeks. You know, I haven't been live in a minute. Salute to my Knicks. You feel me? Salute to my motherfucking Knicks. You dig? We did our thing. My Knicks, we did our thing throughout the whole playoffs. So salute to the Knicks for winning the 2005, 2006 NBA championship. You know what I mean? Salute to my Knicks. You know what I mean? All these fake bandwagon fans and shit. Everybody get Knicks fan now. Fuck out of here. Word. I've been a Knicks fan, you dig? So salute to the Knicks. Knicks all day. You feel me? I'm over here trying to roll up. Salute to the Knicks. They got their parade on Thursday. They doing their celebration parade. That's gonna be a big ass parade. That's gonna be a big parade. Yeah, but other than that, I just been studying, focus. You know what I mean? Haven't really been live on YouTube. I gotta pick some days when I'm gonna come live. Like, I'm definitely gonna start getting back on live, but it ain't gonna be every day. I got other stuff I'm doing and I'm studying stuff soon to take. I got some tests I gotta take and shit. Like, yeah, yeah, James, you were just talking about the NBA Finals. I don't know if you just popping on. That's what I've been doing these last few weeks. I've been glued on to the NBA Finals and the stats and stuff. That's what I've been doing. You know what I mean? Now we're gonna move on to NFL season soon. But the NBA free agency and the picks and stuff is coming up too. Yeah, I follow everything, you know, track, football, basketball, a little bit of baseball. The World Cup I'm starting to the World Cup I'm starting to look at certain stuff about it. So I might watch a little bit of the World Cup too. That's usually what. Yo, G man, fuck you talking about? Watch your mouth when you come in here. Hey, train what? You talking about? No disrespect on here. You know what I mean? I haven't been live on this shit in a minute, y'all. It's been a minute since I've been live on YouTube. Too many weird trolls on this bitch and shit. You know what I mean? So I haven't been focused on it. Been focused on studying and doing other shit. You know what I mean? Making plans, getting things in line, real life shit. You feel me? A lot of people that hit me up asking me when that next time I'm gonna go live, and I'm like, whenever. You feel me? Yeah, I just been busy. Nicole, no real life stuff. You know what I mean? I'm studying, learning different trades, and I'm about to actually come to Jersey hopefully next month. So I might have some Jersey content. But hey, I just been busy with real life. I haven't had time for YouTube. I gotta pick certain days when I could go live and stuff. Um, yeah, I gotta pick certain days for YouTube. Oh, Nicole, you was live? Dang, how I miss it? I ain't gonna hold you. I've been missing a lot of people's lives. I've been fucking with TikTok. Not that I don't go live on TikTok, but like I be on it like watching people, and I've been messing with TikTok a little bit more. I was doing videos at one time, then I just stopped. I just stopped posting from everything. But yeah, TikTok is lit. I be on TikTok a little bit more. And on TikTok you can play music and shit too. Yeah, you said Bingo Live. Yeah, I had that. I need to get back live on that too. I just be on I be on TikTok mostly. Even X or Twitter, what they used to call Twitter X, they got some live open spaces on there too. I be over there listening to like Tariq Nasheed a little bit, a couple other people on X, or if I'm on TikTok, once in a while I get back on YouTube, but I'm not that hectic. I told myself that I'm still gonna work on my watch hours though, because I still got you know I still grew this page out of nowhere. So, and a lot of people been hitting me up, asking me when I'm gonna go live again. So I'm like, look, I'll pick a few days out the week. Hold on, y'all. Hold on real fast, y'all. I'm about to go outside real quick. You said you left Instagram? Yeah, I don't really be on IG that much no more. I'm mostly on TikTok. TikTok or I'm on YouTube. That's about it. All right, y'all. My son drew that if anybody's asking too. My son the artist. So he learning cartoons that's not even in his generation. Some of y'all probably don't even know what this is and shit. It's old school shit. 90s, early 2000s shit. So it's not even in his damn age bracket. Right now they all into Roblox and all that bullshit. But he still be drawing old cartoons sometimes and shit. I'm putting something in the air so I can't be on camera, but especially for the certain jobs I'm gonna be doing and shit. Like, I mean, you gotta be careful sometimes. Man, this shit was spider. It be mad like spiders and shit over out here. I fuck with the spiders. They keep the insects away though, but these damn mosquitoes in Florida, I tell you, shit a bitch. I tell you. I just now, it's like my first bag I had in like months. I don't really smoke like that. Try to get into working out a little bit, these last few months. A lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Trying to work out a little bit. That's one thing I've been doing these last like 2 months. This at home exercise, push ups and shit. Fucking with the 25 pounds and shit, like little by little, getting back, trying to get back with it a little bit. It's hard being consistent with that bitch. I've been off and on for like 2 months with that shit. But being consistent with anything and shit, you know what I mean? You gotta want it to be consistent with something. If you don't want it, you ain't gonna be consistent with that shit at all. That's why like I stopped posting on YouTube because I wasn't being consistent with the bitch. So I'm like, nah, I'm not really consistent with it. So let me take a little break and I'll get back to it. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no sense forcing lives. You feel me? Plus, I was getting a bunch of trolls at a certain time. So I'm like, man, this shit kind of getting whacked now. Shit, let me try to build up a little better audience and shit like that. You feel me? And I got some other ideas that I want to do with YouTube. But I want to really build like a YouTube, like, a media company with somebody and shit like that. That's start a brand. I've been reaching out to a few people, putting that in the air. What I mean, putting that conversation inside the. And if you gotta put a little bit of money behind it and shit like that to make it look real official, whatever. Right? It's just some. This page right here is cool, whatever. You feel me? I just want to do bigger things when it comes to YouTube, and I don't give a fuck if it might be a sport page or a page where we talk a little bit about everything. You know what I mean? Just I'm looking to building a brand with somebody or a team of people. You feel me? Or going under like a brand. So that might be something I might be looking into within, when it comes to social media or YouTube or whatever. So I think when you wanted to get serious with it, you gonna need help. You're gonna need like a little team. Everybody I looked at got like a little team behind it when it comes to social media. So might want to look at like getting down with like a team, or, people that's gonna help push, shit out. So I'm looking to build a brand. You just gotta build the pieces up little by little. And it's difficult getting everybody on the same page. You know what I mean? With shit you got going on, like partnerships when they come to, YouTube accounts and all that shit. So how much money everybody get, who, what I mean, who putting in work, what I mean? It becomes a little battle and shit like that after a while. The more people you add to the company and shit. So yeah, but what's popping on YouTube? That's just a quick ass live. Like this was this little pop up real quick. I'm telling everybody I'm probably gonna start going back live on Sundays. That might be like one day directly. I might start going live for a little bit. We'll have like a little open topic conversation on the page. I'll start going back live on Sundays and see where it goes from there. And then come to YouTube. Um, but every day I just want to have some topics to talk about. That's basically it. You know what I mean? Come vibe with your boy. We can talk hip hop. We can talk about current events. Just more open topics. You feel me? I'm gonna be pushing more of that agenda on this platform when I go live. Like I said, shout out to my motherfucking Knicks. We did it. You know what I mean? It took us a long time, 53 years, but my Knicks, we did it. I might go deep into more of a conversation, maybe Sunday coming up. Where we're do a little bit of intake of the Knicks game or something like that on Sundays. A quick little conversation for Sunday. But yeah, I might go back live on Sunday. You feel me? So your boy Jersey Rich. We'll be going back live once in the blue moon. I mean, try to move this page and you know, show YouTube that I'm back active with this shit a little bit. But I ain't gonna be going live every day on this damn platform. You feel me? But I do. I am thankful for the support. The people that do want to support. Like I said, I'm trying to build a YouTube company. You know what I mean? That's what we're looking to do. I got a couple of people I've been talking to about it, so we'll see what happens in the future. But I'm gonna take this YouTube thing, you know, as like a business. You feel me? But like I said, this page is cool. It's like a more of a network chill platform. Come network and build real quick. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind starting like a YouTube brand. You know what I mean? But like I said, like you gotta have all the right pieces. You gotta make sense. That's all. It gotta make sense. So if I get the right people together eventually, you know what I mean? That's what I'm looking to do. Yeah, let me know too, Nicole. I know you do your YouTube thing. I might can use some nice pretty, sisters or what I mean, maybe have a segment, I'll put it together, you know what I mean, and I'll show everybody what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is your YouTube team, partnership with people that's looking, the network build, what I mean, build a brand that everybody has rights to. You feel me? So, like I said, if you're looking to take YouTube serious, then there's ways to do it. Like I said, I've been learning from people that been doing it. So another way of getting in contact with me. Uh, well, you said you don't have IG anymore, so that would have been one. Um, yeah, I gotta think of a way how you can get in contact with me. Um, if you got TikTok, let me know. I got all social medias. You know what I mean? Got IG, got TikTok, Jersey Rich on TikTok. You know what I mean? Jersey Rich on Instagram. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let me know. Let me know so we can keep in contact. But yeah, I'm gonna be building some shit up. You feel me? Uh, Trying to build some motion up on the platform and shit like that. So we're gonna see. You feel me? Definitely gonna see. It's nice outside out here. I'm just outside on my balcony real fast. I can take this uh, outside my balcony and shit. Feel me? That's all I'm doing. It's just cooling for a minute outside. Thought I'd go live for a minute. Yeah, it's nice outside, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool out here. Man, spiders out here and shit. Just look at the grass and shit real quick. You said it's about 65 there? Yeah, it's probably like around 70 something here. The thing with Florida is it's just real humid, so it always felt hotter and shit. It always felt a little hotter than what it is. What them little kids doing running around at this time of night? The time of the early morning and shit. Like, it's a lot of movement going on over there. Not sure what the fuck they're doing. I don't know what the fuck going on. They running from a dog. They dancing around and shit. Nigga, it's late as hell and shit. The motherfuckers over there doing some bullshit. You said we just had a heat wave here. My mom was saying that. I hate them heat waves and shit. But being in Florida, shit, I feel like I got used to those shits. I don't know what those are. I couldn't really see. That's why I tried to put the camera on close to them. But I wonder if it's little kids, like what they doing out at at this time of the night. You know what I mean? Like it's like I don't even know what time it is. It gotta be like 2 o'clock or something. Like yeah, sometimes you got if you live in like a small community over here, so some kids get away with getting out their house. Yeah, those little kids playing. I don't know how little. I can't tell from here, but I know I can see that they like kids. I don't know what they doing out. Dang. Yeah, it's not good. Anything can happen. Yeah, they playing over there. We got like a little soccer thing. We got like a little soccer thing over there. So they playing like look like they playing soccer. And look like they got a dog with them. Like they took their dog out for a walk and shit, but they outside bullshitting. See a little dog and shit somewhere. See a little dog over there. They playing. I don't know what the fuck they doing. They outside late as hell. I never had my sons out that late. Fuck that. It's mad mosquitoes right here. I can't stay out here that long. No original family and so I've seen kids. So yeah, these kids do be outside pretty late out here. They a little different than like up north kids for sure. Especially during like summer break and shit. That is a fact. Yeah, but like I said, Sundays are the days I'm gonna start trying to go live from. Start doing little Sunday shows and then work from there. Maybe I do a couple of late night shows like this. But yeah, but my schedule will change. Yeah, not like it's definitely not like that up north. That's a fact. Yeah, they do. Parents do shit different out here too. Some of them don't really give a fuck. That's because where I live at, it's a good like community and shit. So not too much really happens in here. Everybody pretty much know each other and shit though. But still, I still wouldn't have my kid out this late. Because there's certain stuff you can't. I know the pool is closed, but I think if as long as you got your key, you could get into the pool. I don't, I'm not. I never really try. I never really go swimming here and none of that shit though. But we got a pool here too. We got a jacuzzi and shit, little pool, that basketball court, little soccer shit. You know what I mean? Niggas play football on the side. We got got some shit around here. Got a little gym and shit. The gym here is small though. That's a little ass gym. You said where the all the trolls? I don't know. I don't know the code shit. I haven't been live like that, so they don't know when I be popping up. So I don't know when none of these trolls is that. I know there's so people that's coming in and out of the live, they just ain't saying nothing. And after a while, like I actually start blocking a lot of trolls. And I feel like that was a few months ago, so I ain't even really gonna be on that goofball troll shit like that. You feel me? Like, yeah, so all these little goofy ass trolls and shit. Like, depending on what they say, they probably might get deleted and shit. Depends what they say. I ain't gonna be with too much disrespect. 'Cause it takes away what the page is trying to become. If I let too many people get out of control, it kind of changes the algorithm of the page. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take a break off YouTube. And just like if the trolls come on here right now, a bunch of them start talking junk, they're just gonna get deleted. That's me showing YouTube that I don't want the trolls like that, not that heavy in here like that. So if you want to have a good conversation, you want to go back and forth, that's cool. You ain't gonna be too much on no racism shit and gay bashing. We ain't gonna be doing that on here. So I got a little stricter with this page a little bit. I had to, what I mean? The page get out of control. You let too many trolls get out of control on the page, so people was doing too much. People trying to find out where I live at. What I mean? This bunch of weirdo shit. And I'm like, bro, don't. I'm telling people, I'm like, bro, keep this shit on YouTube. But, I ain't never had issues with nobody on this bitch, but don't be trying to find out where I live at. And, that weirdo shit that be happening on YouTube. I'm like, nigga, don't do it. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to put nobody in no early grave and shit, but nigga, ain't nobody gonna be on no weirdo creeper shit on YouTube trying to find out where I'm at and all that bullshit. Like, so that's another reason I start going live too. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nigga, like, don't do it to yourself down here. Don't do it to yourself. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I let them rock out for a little bit because it helps with that. It helps with, with the numbers and stuff like that. But once people start getting out of control too much, then I'm like, nah, we ain't gonna have that. Yeah, I had a couple of people trying to figure out where I was at. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes you do got to be mindful of what you show, unless you don't care. I got family to protect and shit like that. So, there might have been a time where I might have showed a little too much, and people trying to figure out parts of Florida that I'm at and shit. And I tell people I'm by Tampa. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not like I ain't hiding from nobody, but don't unless you just happen to bump into me, but don't be on no. Somehow I found where you lived at, and come, try to come over here with some shit, nigga. I mean, you might not make it back to your family. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that for real. I don't play that YouTube weirdo shit. Like I'm gonna make sure I make it back home. Like, you ain't gonna be rolling up on me with no bullshit. For real. Shit. Well, there was one person that did get close, or he knew like kind of like close where I live at. He couldn't get exactly, but he knew like a part where I might really be at because I happened to show a little too much when I was walking around. He didn't, and that's how I could tell when people are trying to look into you because I'm like, okay, you only know that part because you seen the video, so you putting two and two together. Like, okay, if I'm by this part of Florida and you seen that part of that store, he tried to narrow it down to places I could be at. So I'm like, I pay attention to the chat. So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I work in that kind of field too. So I'm like, nigga, I know what you're trying to do. You looking at different videos, trying to get a little glimpse where I might be at. And I'm like, okay, so and I put that on YouTube a while ago. I said, okay, what if you did find out where I'm at? Like, what the fuck you gonna do? I'm like, nigga, for one thing, I said I'm from up north. Another thing, I'm somebody that's from up north that's down south now. I'm like, bro, I won't hesitate, bro. I'll blow you away. I said that to anybody on here that thought that they could find where my location is and shit. I'm like, nigga, I ain't playing that weird shit down here. You know what I mean? That's the difference. I ain't gonna hesitate on some weirdo shit. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, you gotta be careful when it comes to social media in general. There's a lot of weirdos out here. So, yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I never show people where I live at. People just get like little clues off, parts of old videos, and, shit like that. Cause I'm like the only way you can find out where I live at, you start just looking at, and I don't show too much neither. I don't really show too much to give people a clue. I give you a little glimpse where I live at. I don't give nobody a direct location, but trying to find. I never was on YouTube trying to really find somebody's location. So I'm like, "Nigga, if you trying to find my location, then that means you got bad intentions, or you trying to show me you got bad intentions." And I'm like, I'm gonna tell you this, whoever you is. You know what I mean? Like I ain't the one you was want to come and find. Like that might not go in your favor. You feel me? Like, because I pay attention to the chat and shit. So I'm like, nigga, that might not go in your favor. You trying to find out landmarks of locations and shit like that. So that's all I got about that. I don't do the YouTube shit. I don't do the YouTube shit like that. But like I said, we will be holding little conversations. Like I said, that's just something, one reason. But I got, wanted to get back into working out. You feel me? I was, posting up like little workout videos, getting the arms right and shit like that. You feel me? Trying to get right. You know what I mean? Like, little by little. You know what I mean? We trying to get right, trying to get right, trying to get these gains in there and shit. Cut up rest of the summertime and shit. So let's get it. You know what I mean? We gotta get it. Yeah, you too. Well, like I said, this is a quick ass little live. Just want to come on here, see who might pop up for a hot minute. Haven't been live in a minute, so people been complaining about me going live and shit. So I'm like, I'll cut this shit on for like a hot like half hour real quick. You know what I mean? Chop it up with who might be on here. You know what I mean? Let people know. You know what I mean? I look forward to going live time to time on this platform. Kicking it with the people. So definitely tap in with me here and here and there. New there, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Cole, yeah, we definitely got to get up and let me know what you're trying to do with your YouTube channel, or if you got any different ideas where you might really do tag with somebody on YouTube too. You know what I mean? Become a team or partner. Nothing to do with just another branch of a YouTube channel. So, what I mean? I feel like, building a team with people, you know, it could grow the channel faster, and you have more of a variety of topics, when you do it with the right people, what I mean? It's easier to have more topics and shit like that. Okay, Nicole, facts. Yeah, yeah. Just look me up on TikTok, whatever, under Jersey Rich. I'll pop up. You know what I mean? But yeah, Nicole, you definitely hit me up. We'll chop it up. You know about some stuff. You know what I mean? I'll definitely be going back live on Sundays for a few minutes, and then we'll start from there. You know what I mean? On that note, YouTube, like I said, it's a quick ass live. Just chop it up with the people. And we'll be going back live again on Sunday, so definitely tap in. We'll have a little bit more inside talk about the Knicks. Salute to my motherfucking Knicks, baby. Knicks all day. You feel me? Knicks all day. We're gonna be saying that shit to the rest of this year. You know what I mean? Knicks all motherfucking, and we got a chance to go for number two. We're gonna talk about that maybe Sunday because we with the same team. If we don't trade nobody, we can do this again. Because the East ain't looking that good. The East ain't looking all that, bro. I ain't really worried about the East. I feel like we always be around that first to fourth place inside the Eastern Conference. So the Knicks would definitely is a contender team for the next couple of years, at least the next two, three. So let's get this shit popping, yeah. We'll have more conversations. Stay tuned. Jersey Rich Open Topics, Nicole. And I look forward to talking to you. Everybody else, I'm gonna